But when I got there back in 2012, nothing had changed really, because John Laurinaitis, when I got there, was not there. And of course, I didn't know many of the divas then, but I got to know them later, because we would make trips to Europe and on those long plane flights, and they get a cup of wine, toddies in them and some beer. And then they start talking. Yeah, he was released. I think John Laurinaitis was not let go, but kind of put on suspension and sent home because of his proclivity, I guess, to talk to the divas, and that was common knowledge. So it's one of those things you step into, you can't change it, nor would I even try to even offer anything, because it's not my place. I'm just hearing the stories and seeing how the divas were dealing with it. And after I hear $7.5 million, they dealt with it pretty good, I think. So, but are those days behind WWE? Well, I think they're behind WWE as far as Vince is concerned. But I don't think, and I've said this before, I don't think Laurinaitis will find his way back there. I just don't. I think he's toxic. And after several times, I think if he, and they can't trust him not to do it again. And by the third time, no telling what this settlement would be if they let him back, because they already knew of his previous behavior and yet hired him back. And they would have some reckoning to do with just that fact there.
Well, they say that time heals all wounds, or time, makes people forget. So obviously they thought they could bring him back after a certain amount of time and get away with it.
Our time and $7.5 million. That can heal a lot of wounds too, and hurt feelings.
Back with Johnny Laurinaitis, 2012. You said you heard twitters of what happened. I mean, name redacted, but do you know at least vaguely why you think he was let go? What specific incident it was?
I don't know. And if I didn't, well, they may have said, I've kind of forgotten, but it was, your knee seems to be really bothering you.
Yes, it was. I was moving it off a footstool very slowly.
Okay. But it was just, it wasn't necessarily, the gossip wasn't necessarily about one. It was about several. And I guess this is when John was still single, and he was hitting on all of them, and it was common knowledge. So, and they let him go. And like I said, they didn't let him go. They put him on suspension, but it was common knowledge. But when I was around him, I still heard like pieces and parts that he was resorting back to his old ways. And whether he was or not, I don't know. It's that little twitter in your ear. John's at it again. John's at it again. So.
It makes you wonder about the Diva search that just so happened to come in 2004, but we will leave it there.